Has the Instagram algorithm changed? Are you doing something wrong? Does the algorithm hate you? There's so much talk about the Instagram algorithm, and it can feel really confusing and a little bit depressing, right? Well, today we're going to be talking about what you need to know about the algorithm, how it works, and what you can do to use the algorithm to grow your business. My name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand marketing strategist. I help you grow your business on Instagram and beyond, and I'm excited to be here. This is one of my favorite topics because once you understand it, your life completely changes because it's not so much a mystery, it's not a guesswork. So to understand the algorithm, we have to start at the very beginning. The algorithm used to not be here on Instagram. That's why people are kind of confused, a little bit mad. They might have started on Instagram before there was an algorithm. Then an algorithm came and it changed everything. Before the algorithm, it was a chronological feed, which meant that you saw the person who posted the last post. But what happened is businesses and brands were posting a lot of content, and that buried people's personal content. So they found that most of the people were not seeing the content on Instagram that they wanted to see. That was a problem because the whole goal of Instagram is to keep you on the app so that it can sell more ads. So they introduced the algorithm. The whole goal of the algorithm is to play matchmaker because you have content creators over here, people posting, that's you. Then you have people who want to consume the content. The algorithm wants to match the people who are creating content to the right people who are consuming the content to form a perfect match. How does it do that? It's paying attention to the type of content you're spending time on, what you're commenting on, what you're liking and engaging with. And then it's coming over to the creator and paying attention to what type of content do you create, what kind of keywords do you use, what topics do you cover, how often do you show up, and it's trying to find the best content creator to match with the best consumer. Now, the algorithm is getting better and better at understanding the user, and that's actually a great thing because if Instagram keeps people on the app, then there are more people to consume our content and to buy our products. If Instagram would have stuck with the chronological feed, people would have gotten bored. If nothing was sorted out for you, you'd have a lot of junk in your feed that you really didn't want to watch. And so the algorithm is actually there to help consumers stay there and be entertained and engaged and educated. And it also helps us because it keeps those consumers here on the app. So let's not hate the algorithm, let's just try to understand it. Instagram has told us that there are 4 main algorithms. So there's an algorithm for stories, the explore page, for your feed, and there's a Reels algorithm. Let me just tell you the basics of the differences between these 4 algorithms. Stories algorithm only shows content to people who follow you. Explore page is mostly content from people that you don't follow because they want to introduce you to more people. Your feed is going to be made up of mostly content from people you follow, and then it'll sprinkle in some other content from people that you probably will want to follow. The Reels algorithm is the best because it puts our content in front of people who do not follow us. The algorithms are just different in their purpose, and the thing that the algorithm is searching for is what does the consumer want. And so we have to get really good at getting our consumers to watch our content all the way through, to leave a comment, to engage on our post, to share and save our content. And so over here as a content creator, we need to be really good at all of those things. So we're going to focus on that part in the rest of the video because we can't control what our user does, but we can do all that we can over here on the content creation side to create content that makes it easy for the consumer to watch, comment, share, engage, all the things. Now, this strategy that I'm sharing with you is the strategy that I've been using for less than a year where I have gained over 100,000 followers in 10 months. That's bananas. And the reason that happened is because of these things that I'm going to tell you right now. The first thing you need to do is niche down. If you are talking about plants and beauty and shopping and books all on one account, it's really confusing to the algorithm. It's like you have multiple personalities. And if you do that, the Instagram algorithm doesn't understand what kind of content you're going to create tomorrow. If you choose to talk only about plants, that makes it really easy for the Instagram algorithm to understand you and your content and start pushing your content about plants to plant lovers. Try niching down. And then if you have other parts of your business that you want to include, put those in stories. Stories are a great place for you to connect and do that in the moment and also introduce things and show your personality off. But use the feed to niche down and speak to your target audience. Number 2 is you need to create consistent content. Instagram actually called me, and this is one of the big things that they talked about when I asked them, what are the things that we need to all be doing? And they said, create consistent content. The algorithm needs to understand who you are, and if you're creating a piece of content once every week, that's not a lot of data points for the algorithm to understand. It's better for the business, to create a content schedule and a plan so that you know what to create. Now, if you need help creating that content schedule and plan, I have a membership. It's called Insta Social Society, where I give you content plans every month for stories, trending reels, and Canva templates, as well as masterclasses that will help you with your Instagram plan. The third thing you need to do to help the algorithm help you is to learn about Instagram SEO. Instagram is the search engine, just like Pinterest or Google or TikTok. It's a huge search engine, and we need to start using it like a search engine. What are the easiest way to do that? Start using keywords. Keywords are words that people would put in a search bar to find you. Social media strategist for me, or social media expert, right? Those are things that people would type in to find my content. So where do I put those keywords? I will put them in the carousel post or on the reel as the headline. I will put them in the caption, and I use hashtags in the caption. Don't get too stressed about hashtags, but if you use them, put them in the caption. Use those keywords in your name, in your bio, so that Instagram can put you in front of your right people. Next is to create reels. Now, you don't have to dance, create reels, but you do need to start creating reels. Again, it's because its algorithm is different than any other algorithm, and it is intentionally putting your content in front of people who don't follow you. This is one of your best and fastest ways that you can grow. So don't be scared by reels. I have other videos that are walking through how to make some easy reels, but just start doing it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. All right, number 5 is the best one because it's where I get to talk about my Instagram growth formula. Most people are posting on Instagram and they're not realizing that you're in a relationship with your followers. There are some followers who are new in this relationship. They just found you and they don't really know and trust you that much. And then there's people who have been here a while and they haven't bought yet, but they are starting to think that it's time. And then you have people who have bought something from you and now they are raving fans. You have people in the whole spectrum of this relationship. So if we only create for one part of the relationship, it leaves the other ones and we don't have a successful business. For example, if we only post trendy things and we just are trying to go viral all the time, then yes, we're going to grow really quickly. But when it comes time to sell, there won't be anyone to buy because we haven't built that relationship. We haven't established ourselves as the expert. And if you only nurture the current audience you have, you're probably not growing. I see this all the time with my clients. So if we're not focusing on attracting new people, because that's why we have social media, and then nurturing those people and getting them ready to buy and then giving them opportunities to sell, then we aren't growing, we don't have people to sell to, and we're not making money and we're really sad. So we have to create content for all of that. Now, I recommend if you're trying to grow that you post 50% attraction content. Attraction content are reels or carousels that attract a new audience. Then do 30% nurture. This is where there's more personal stuff, and then 20% selling. I like to sell in stories. Instagram stories are the most powerful place on Instagram. That's where most of the conversions happens. It's because that's where real relationship is built. You're able to share different parts of your life and your world in your stories. So I want you to start creating content at each phase of this relationship. And when we do an audit, we look at your past content and we say, you know what, you're doing mostly nurturing, so you're probably not selling. Here are a bunch of different attraction content that you should think about creating in order to attract new people. Now, if you heard all of this and you're like, great, Michelle, but I still am a little bit lost on your audit, my team will do it for you. We have 4 different options in how we can audit your Instagram. There is a link below. And last is to keep posting. I can't tell you how many times people will say, Michelle, I've posted for 2 weeks and I just haven't seen any results. 2 weeks is not very much time. It's like if you went to the gym and you're like, I've been exercising for 2 weeks. Why haven't I lost 50 pounds? It's because it takes longer. So if you have been posting for 2 weeks or 2 months and you're not seeing all the traction that you want, keep going. Look back at your analytics, look back at what's going on, do the Instagram audit, and don't panic if you aren't hitting 1 million followers in a day because you're probably not ready for it. It takes time to get there. And yes, there are people out there who go viral really quickly, but it's a lottery, right? And we want to play strategically. We want to grow strategically, and we have to do these things because when those followers come, I want your business to be ready for them with great content, a content system you can keep up with, and a way for you to make money. I love talking about the algorithm. If you have any questions, leave them below. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you next time.